Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the TeamODZ Live. Right here, there we go. Not all up all the way. There we go. Good morning, Rick. Happy Friday.
Hey, good morning. Why, it is Friday.
It is all day.
I got my first beginnings of a tan yesterday.
But my first beginning of insect bites. I was in the yard, lifting up sticks and things off the grass. You were bitten by a mosquito. Mosquitoes shouldn't be allowed this time of year.
No, it seems a bit early. I did finish dethatchifying my lawn yesterday evening when I got home.
Yeah.
And now I have calluses.
Yep.
Yeah, my shoulders, I can feel it a little bit.
Well, I've got screen cell. Your ick. Good morning, ick. You look at the live stream.
Yeah.
Just got the R of your name cut off, so you're it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm just going to pick over on this today. I'm not.
Yeah, that looks like that was a tough course yesterday. I only caught the last bit, but that told me all I needed to know on that front.
Well, it isn't a course. I mean, it doesn't feel any different to me, regardless which course we ride.
Oh, okay. Is it just the week off?
No,
last week?
I was the same 2 weeks ago. Oh, don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that one definitely seemed like everyone was struggling pretty hard on that one.
Well,
yeah,
everyone was getting involved. You know, Hills was doing 30-second pulls. Nick was. Ben did 1 minute until he couldn't. Hills was in the rotation for the end. So we got towards the end. Well, there was 5 of us. It was me, Brett, and Hills doing the pulling. But everyone did what they could. That's all we can ask.
Yeah, I was surprised to see on that hill when you were going up.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Usually that's when you start to relax your heart rate a little bit, and it didn't get down as far as it usually does.
No, hills usually give me a bit of a rest because I'm easing up so that we stay together. Been doing a little bit over 4. But like I said, my heart rate just wasn't recovering. I was getting 183, 184, which is usual for me on the front, but then it was staying 180 and above, even when I was in the back of the pack. You can see
So
low 170s.
yeah, it was pretty good though at the end there. You were talking at one point in for that final push, and your heart rate was like 183, and you were just carrying on sentences, and it was like Alex type stuff where it was like, is Andy even really pushing right now? I can see he's pushing right now, but it sounds like he's just kind of walking through the supermarket, trying to get to the
Encouraging the
milk
team,
real fast.
making sure we stay together. Just doing what I need to make sure we finish and finish fast. And I'd said 43 minutes estimated finish time, and I was 50 seconds out, but hey. And it was an even more wild guess than usual because I got no experience with Pack Dynamics 4 in an event.
Oh yeah.
Hey there, Bonnie. How's Belgium today? You get to start the weekend before us.
Thanks, Bonnie. Oh yeah, so I did find it. I found the app on here, but the strange thing is, I had to go to the club in order to get it. For some reason, it's not showing up on the events list. I had to go to club events.
Those looked in both for me.
Strange. Ooh, that was a fast 10 minutes. 1:30. Makes things go by pretty quickly. Yeah, yesterday was a pleasant first outdoor ride on the bike. It was the drivers were all, I guess maybe the fact that I've started a little late, the drivers are used to it now or something, but I actually had people giving me the right of way and all that stuff. Doesn't always happen in the beginning of the season here, I've noticed, but yesterday was great.
I think we're going to have Ben in the chat very shortly.
Looks like it.
Get a ride on, Ben? Or was it Des or Dylan? Morning, Ben.
Hey, Ben. Another long ride, I see. Ben's been banging out the long rides. Yeah, a little bit.
Who's that question to, Ben? Me or Preston?
As we both are.
Well, I didn't feel rough going into that ride yesterday. I just couldn't do what I normally do. No, there was one
I felt.
where I was trying to go for 2 minutes, minute and a half. I was done.
Huh.
I had to dial my pulse back.
Oh wow.
Mr. Hazelby, thank you for the ride on.
Yeah, I had a really good ride. I mean, my ride to work, it was, I pushed. I mean, I didn't feel like I was pushing too hard, but you know how outdoor rides go. You don't think you're pushing hard until you look at your numbers afterwards and you're like, oh wow, that was a tempo ride.
Lad salads? What's this lad salads, Owen?
Or no, that ended up being a threshold ride. That's what it ended up being, which was kind of crazy. Didn't feel like it when I was riding.
Missed you
Then I
yesterday,
had a
Owen.
moment- I had a moment when I was riding, and it felt like I was riding into some wind. You know, just being away from headwind for such a long time, all winter long, and I was like, why do I complain about this stuff? Why does it always feel so miserable? This isn't bad, you know, just cruising along. And then I went around a corner, and there was the headwind. And then I went, oh yeah, that's right. That's why I don't like it.
We did, Owen, all things considered. I still have something going on, I don't know what. First pull felt okay. Second pull, not so good. Third pull, I couldn't show up. I just couldn't recover.
All right, I have a question.
What's your question, England?
What's jacket and salad? What does this mean?
Jacket, potato and salad, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay. What's a jacket potato?
A baked potato.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense.
There you go, Owen, with educated Rick. You'll be asking what crisps are next.
Oh no, I know what those are.
Okay.
Which I do feel like that makes sense. I mean, I think technically the chip was invented in the US. But, I mean, a chip of a potato would be more like a fry than a crisp would be. It all makes sense. I mean, what is a fry? Anything can be a fry that you fry, right? Wait, what? Putting squash in my water bottle.
Telling us to put zucchini in them next one. Suppose it didn't help yesterday that I only drank like a third of a bottle on the ride.
Oh yeah.
But
at least you didn't breathe your bottle.
After the ride, my body battery was down to 6%, so
yeah, I went on one of my ride home. There's a couple sharp climbs that make most of the elevation, and
Yeah.
I
I guess you'd have to call it. I guess you'd have to call it syrup here, Owen. I want to understand. I've got a bottle of sarsaparilla syrup in the in the refrigerator. That's really nice in some fizzy water.
All right.
Saving that. I'll have some on my birthday.
We have a pretty good sarsaparilla company somewhere here, like some Maine soda company that does a really good one that we sell in the tap room.
So in the UK, it was Marsh's Sass. Marsh's was the fizzy drink maker, certainly in the northwest, because they were based in the town that my parents live in, Barons-Furness. Used to have a guy that drove around selling crates of Marsh's Sass, Marsh's drinks. We used to call him the Pup Man, as opposed to the Milkman.
Ooh, I like this active recovery workout. Nice.
I like this invisible workout.
Oh yeah. So I already told you this story, Andy, but I ended up throwing my watch all out of whack last night because I was one of the short, steep climbs on the way home. I went hard to try to catch the green light at the top. And so when I got to the top, I took a drink and I hadn't quite recovered enough yet. And I took a deep breath and took in just about almost all of that sip that I had taken. And then I was at an intersection, so I didn't want to just start coughing and sputtering all over the place. Pretty busy intersection. So I held it in. And then later on regretted it, because I mean, like at one point when I was raking the thatch up, my heart rate hit 160. So I was like, that seems a bit high for just doing this. And my resting heart rate was still in the 90s. And then finally when I went to bed last night, then I was like, oh yeah, maybe this is from breathing in all that water and not coughing it out. Like I woke up at midnight and my heart rate was in the 80s. And I was like, okay, I gotta do something about this. So I took a hot shower, finally coughed it all out, and then went back to bed, and then my heart rate settled down. Yeah, so that was the moment when I was like, I think active recovery is a good idea for tomorrow. At this point, my watch thinks something is seriously wrong with it.
Whereas Owen, Ben and I, we know there's something seriously wrong with you for quite some time.
Well, yeah, but the watch doesn't go that deep. It's not like it's wrapped around my head. Yeah.
You in the right mind would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do a ride on a computer game.
Yeah, pretty much after that one last ride home, my ride in the morning had taken my VO2, my cycling VO2 up to 60. And then after that ride home, I dropped down to 56. Like, what? This has never happened. I've never had it just drop me down that far. But I suspect it has to do with after the end of that ride and after the ride having such a high heart rate.
Yes, so Rick does get up an hour later than me. I might have been talking about me, but
yeah.
I actually slept through my alarm. My first alarm this morning, which again, that never happens. So I must have needed a rest.
I get up at a reasonable time.
So
I don't know about you.
I'm tiptoeing through the bedroom. You know, I've just finished in the bathroom, and I'm heading to the door, and Yolanda's opened a box up at some kind of delivery that she's had, and you know those big air pocket things that they put in the boxes to protect whatever's in them. She left one of those on the floor. So one, I almost ended up flat on my back because I slipped on it, and two, I stepped on it and popped it. Bang, followed by me laughing. I'm surprised Yolanda didn't say something. She certainly stopped her snoring.
And on that topic, well, at least with the air packaging stuff, how about the guy who invented those, huh?
Well, they're even more satisfying to pop than bubble wrap. The guy needs a medal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure. Well, I hope that he was properly reimbursed. Somebody was, somewhere along the chain. But,
Yeah,
I mean, just the simple invention of let's put air in a bag and seal it.
You've heard of Einstein's theory of relativity, haven't you, Owen? You know, if I paint a worse picture for me, then Rick isn't as bad. It's twice as bad. So, it's all relative.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so right now my main motivation, other than the fact that I really enjoy riding my bike outside, other than that, well, and inside too, I enjoy it all. But, oh wow, I almost slipped right through that bridge. I was right in between those boards.
Yeah, I just thought it would have made sense to put the slats on the bridge the other way around. And if there are any gaps, your wheels aren't going to get stuck in them. But hey, who am I to help design a world in Zwift?
Well, you have to give the Zwift riders something to talk about, you know?
Yeah.
Which country singer was it that wanted to give them something to talk about?
All of them?
A little something to figure out. Who was it?
All of them? I don't know.
Oh, it's that one. I think she was the one with the red hair.
That helps.
And the song is, I think it's titled, Let's Give Them Something to Talk About. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't listen to country music, so I wouldn't know.
Well, yeah, but this one was like super pop.
It's one of the it's one of the genres of music that I would avoid.
Yeah,
I'll listen to classical. I'll listen to metal. I even listen to death metal. But
yeah. I get a little bit. I do have a limit I've found on death metal, on all that, on the heavy stuff. It does get a little wacky.
Right on, Sarah.
Every time that there's a moment in one of those songs, because Clay likes to listen to that kind of music. Every time there's a point in one of those songs where I'm like, okay, I get what's going on now. All of a sudden it changes and just turns into chaos again. I don't even know what they're trying to say. They just sound like they should probably go to their dad and just get a hug right now. Just say, I'm not leaving until you hug me.
So the opinions discussed on this panel are the opinions of Rick and not the opinions of TeamODZ Live. Just thought I'd throw that disclaimer out there.
Yes.
Just the same with Owen on his auto mod.
Well, Clay hasn't told me this is his excuse, but he's told me stories before. He's very mad because his dad never let him stack the wood. And like even now where his dad's getting older and has some issues.
Should get a good game of Jenga. Let him stack that.
Yeah. At least give him something.
Yeah.
And so he's
Yeah.
talked
I'm
about
sure
his
he'll really
brother where
appreciate that.
at
There you
this
go,
point,
Clay.
His dad
Go stack some wood.
His dad has gout in his foot, and he still refuses to let Clay stack the wood. And it all comes down to because he won't do a good job.
Well, if you got him a game of Jenga, it would all come down eventually.
And really, with working with Clay for as long as I have, I wouldn't let him stack my wood either. But I think that's why he listens to death metal. There must be a correlation in there somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I don't ever remember my dad letting me stack wood, but I don't listen to it normally.
Well, apparently that was Clay's thing. That was Clay's thing that he really wanted his dad to show approval of.
His wood stacks. Did I do it right, Dad?
But at least now, ever since you told me that story, I know that anytime now that we're working through this process of cleaning up after ourselves, then all I have to do is go out and look at it. If it's not done well, kind of shake my head and walk off. And then all of a sudden he starts explaining himself. And then, then the topic starts. It actually makes it kind of fun. Yeah, I do like this one. I'm gonna have to pull this one out.
What one? The workout?
Yeah, this workout I made up. I was a little concerned about how high I was ramping up to, that it wouldn't be active recovery anymore, but I was gonna go to 210. Then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna stay at 190. But I'm only there for 2 minutes and then gradually dropping down. Yeah, so the noise finally went away from what I can tell on my Amanda. I think all it was when I waxed my chain, I did the wax in a bag thing. So I think it got kind of clumpy.
That like
some spots got it.
That like boiling a bag?
Yeah, essentially. Except I call it wax in a bag. And so I did it right in the bag. I didn't want to buy a crock pot to do it that way. And yeah, it definitely had a couple little heavier spots than others. So I think I just had to work through that. It seemed pretty quiet by the end of the day. Which makes me happy, because now it'll be less cleaning.
So I was talking with David yesterday. Let him know that he's given admin rights in the TeamODZ club. He said, wow, he said you can set your own EBs up now. You still want me to set them up for you? I said, absolutely. It's still Mr. Fantastic's ride, not mine. I'm just helping him out.
It's hot here today.
We've got a race this weekend.
Oh yeah, gravel race.
Gravel / off road here. Warm ride yesterday. Jason's there with him.
Oh nice. Down in Southern California.
Looks like it's around Escondido.
I'd call that Southern. Considering where I used to go, even San Francisco was Southern California to me. It's amazing how huge that state is. Like in the amount of distance the amount of time that it takes to get from my house to Connecticut. It's the same amount of time it takes to get from where my brother used to live in Eureka down to San Francisco. Maybe even actually a little longer.
Your brother have it?
What's that?
Does your brother have it?
No.
Eureka.
No, he lost it. He
Okay.
moved back here. No more Eureka moments.
Oh.
So what's how warm has it gotten for you?
Well, we've got 2 days in the 80s now. I'm guessing it was in the 80s
wow.
anyway.
Somehow we got spared from the early summer. It's like right at the all of the the towns that are on the border of New Hampshire, they all hit just about 90 yesterday. While up here, we made it to 70. That was it. It was pretty nice. I was thinking, I'm happy all we got is 70, because any warmer than this and it would be a bit hot at this point to be out in the sun.
We hit 93 yesterday.
Oh wow, yeah.
34 degrees Celsius here yesterday, Owen.
That's amazing in April. That's like July temperatures right there.
It was about the same yesterday as well.
Yeah, today we're supposed to get just about 70 again, and then 65, and then I think it starts cooling down after that a little bit. But we're like right on the edge of that, where because all that warm front, it looks like it went up and like over you, and it just came down through, and like the cutoff point of that warm and cold front was like right on the New Hampshire Maine border. So we still had good temperatures. On the coast, it was a little cold. because the ocean temperature is still in the 40s. But yeah, next week, rain 50s all week. Seems.
No, and Yolanda and the kids decided they wanted to go to a museum up in Appleton. It's not that far away, 12 miles, if that. One April, and it was a nice day. So I decided I was going to ride my bike there while they drove, so I set off a little ahead of them. It was a nice sunny afternoon when I set off. Throughout that ride, I had rain, hail, snow, wind, and sun.
Oh, nice. It's not even that far of a ride, is it?
No. No, it was 12 miles.
Yeah. That's insane. I guess Florida's flooding now. Hopefully they'll figure that out before I get down there. This time of year when it rains in Florida, it rains. It always comes in spurts, and then it's just like 2 inches on the ground in a matter of 15 minutes.
My rain comes down in raindrops.
Yeah, I don't know why it comes down in Florida, but they just definitely don't seem like drops. Maybe massive drops.
See, this bridge has been put on top, right?
Yeah.
Going across the flats.
Maybe they'll fix those other ones in the next update.
Once enough people fall through them, I think they'll fix them, yeah.
So what do you think of that coffee break idea?
Which coffee break idea? I might not have been listening.
Did you hear about, have you read about the new changes on Zwift? It's going to be like a coffee break option.
Yeah, I saw that. That would certainly be helpful for things like the TeamODZ entry. When people need to go through the bathroom.
There's also something about it, though, where it's great training when you have to pee super bad and you just stay on for the next 2 hours. But then again, you'd also have a better time if you could just go pee real quick. Yeah,
Owen says he likes the idea as well. It'd certainly be abused, though. I guess there's got to be some kind of limits around it as to how many times you could do it, because otherwise, you turn it on for the 2 minutes, off for 30 seconds, and then back on for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, but there was no mention about a limit of how many times. And then they're going to have the highlight of your avatar in groups, I guess, which is good, but then a little weird at the same time.
Yeah. So.
And then the whole we can skip forward thing. It's a cool idea. I mean, it's
My
like that RDP idea.
my fun thing yesterday, I got to do a firmware update on my arbitrary waveform generator.
Yeah.
It didn't really give me any additional features like the last update did. I can after the last update, I can adjust the frequency of the waveform in millihertz step. Before that, it was 10 millihertz.
Yeah. I got my new router in. That was amazing, actually. They said it would take up to 2 days, business days to process, and then 2 to 4 to get here. It showed up in like a day and a half.
The boards on this bridge are the wrong way around, but they're well put together. There's no cracks.
Yeah.
There's no openings.
True craftsmanship
Okay, here.
here.
And now this one's the right way around.
Man, just with how much of a pain it is, like, to keep up with a deck attached to my house, I could only imagine what this would be like. I mean, not that I have to do that much with it, but when it is time to take care of it, it's a pain.
Yeah.
Like this summer. Or actually, this spring.
Uh-oh.
I need to rip it and repaint it.
Oh, you've not really
Oh.
you've not really fixed those, have you, Owen? I certainly haven't seen you dropping off the loop when we're riding the TPT like you used to.
Yeah. Maybe, did you try getting a MacBook?
That's a bit extreme, Rich.
No. Yeah, that's bad advice.
I've been playing McAfee Whack-A-Mole. On Monday, we found
Speaking of Orange Auto Doom,
a whole host
I have
of
one there now.
machines that had appeared in McAfee. They'd appeared in our enterprise management server for McAfee, for running McAfee. We were down to like 12 remaining, and now on Monday I was up at 25. So we went down them all, looked at them all individually, and managed to get rid of half of them. But there was one at one site. Reached out to the site. He's done nothing. Oh no! It was. It's one I've migrated already. So it's definitely running McAfee because it's contacted the EPO server like 20 minutes ago. So anyway, we eventually found it. It was another computer that had the same name as one that he'd already migrated. We don't know where it came from, when it was created. So anyway, I renamed it, rejoined it to the domains, migrated it to a new antivirus solution, and left it at that. And then the following day, another one, same site. And the following day, another one, same site. So I've been playing antivirus whack-a-mole.
They're like viruses, those little antiviruses are.
What's this moving thing, Owen?
I think it's when you go from one house to another.
I know that. This is the first I've heard of Owen potentially moving.
Are you moving to Maine? It's really nice in the summer.
I've got a spare room, Owen.
There's a lot of time to do Zwift in the winter. Or you could be one of the crazy people that still ride fat tire bikes. Or cross-country ski. Or downhill ski. Or if you're Roger, lobster fish.
Nice. Well, I hope everything goes to plan, Owen.
Oh yeah. My dad has actively told me for years now that he is actively spending my inheritance right now. So I shouldn't expect too much.
Yeah, transatlantic move. That's what you want to try, Owen.
Yes, do it. All you
That's,
need is a boat. That is the thing. How do you transatlantic? I mean, obviously you can ship all your stuff, but that must be so amazingly expensive that it's not worth it, huh?
enough work did it. So I half filled a 40-foot container.
Huh? Well, yeah, that makes sense. Never mind. I guess that happened. I
And it
should
took-
know.
And it took 5 weeks to get here.
Yeah.
I had two air freight containers. They were 6-foot cubes. So I put clothes and other things in
Oh,
there,
wow,
so we wouldn't have to go buying heaps of stuff when we first got here.
Yeah.
And then those for 2 weeks, and then the shipping container. It was half full. There was enough space in it for me to put. I could have put my car in it if I'd have wanted to.
Yeah.
It'd been a bit of a commute, yeah.
That'd be a nervous time.
You remember the day it arrived? Just backed this semi up onto the driveway and started unloading. From Chicago. But it's all coming to an end now. I don't know if I've mentioned it, Owen, but I got my application for citizenship in a couple of weeks ago. Faith did hers a couple of nights ago. Yolanda and Hope, they'll do theirs when Hope's 18 in November.
Why not when she's younger?
Well, it's so close to her being 18, so when for an under 18, once the parents become citizens, then the child automatically becomes a citizen. However,
Okay.
her status, according to the USCIS, would still be a legal permanent resident. Now, there is a process to flip that, and that's the N600 process. For that, actually costs more than the N400 process, the naturalisation process. So, well, that's one reason that we'll wait until she's 18. The other is that it's so close to her being 18. Now, although they say that the estimated process time for my application is 7 months, that brings us really, really close to Hope's birthday. But if we become citizens before her birthday, then she'll become a citizen. If we become citizens after, she doesn't.
Yeah, I feel like this is like anything else, really. That then I mean, really, there shouldn't even be like an interview process or anything like that. It should just be like, if you can navigate all of the red tape, you're a citizen.
Yeah, I've got a friend that had a hip replacement, and it's gone south, really. Yeah, it's in. I mean, I could think of other ways that I could spend $725 on as quickly, but well, I've already had a letter saying that I don't have to go for another biometrics appointment. And by the way, we're not refunding you for the biometrics fee.
So, did you already do like your face-to-face? I'm guessing like an interview or something.
No, that hasn't been scheduled yet.
You should. How good is your Wisconsin accent, dude? You should like try to totally put one on.
How good is my Wisconsin accent? I don't think they'd understand me if I tried to. I'd probably fail the interview if I did that.
Like, just make it sound like you, as if you've never even been to the UK at all.
I have to.
Been in Wisconsin your entire life.
I have to display that I've got a good command of the English language in the interview. I think if I tried to speak Wisconsin, that would be like Justin speaking English, British English. No one would understand me.
I don't know though. Every time I go to Wisconsin, I end up
A Somerset accent. Yeah, go or walk in and say to the interviewer, "All right, my lovely."
Yeah, whenever I go to Wisconsin, I end up picking up a little bit of a Wisconsin accent because it's just so easy. There's just something about it. That
I'll have to walk in and say, "Oh, what else to doing? Did I put what in all?" Maybe that's not the English that they're looking for. Yeah, all right. I just nipped it, bog.
Or at least work on like a Boston accent or something. Just something where it's like, and your previous citizenship was where?
Yep. Pick apart. Stop Mills for you. I'm done at an hour. 3.5 minutes left.
I think that's exactly how much time I have left. Yeah, mine's exactly an hour.
All right. Good so well then. Got to reserve some energy stores for the ebb.
I'm at the top of my where it wants me to be on my workouts, on my volume or whatever. Oh, come on, Paul. Knocking things over.
Hey, good morning, Harry. Welcome.
Probably during hey Harry. Probably during the ebb, it's gonna get loud in here because we've got full house again. Him and the little child Lily spent the night last night.
Oh, I thought you meant with riders. You
Oh,
got
no.
my hopes up then. I thought we were going to have Owen on the ebb again.
No, I mean with the normal loud talking and bickering and stuff.
Yeah, Ben's from Fire for Free Local Gap. Could up Fantasy Go Go Go, can't you, Ben?
Like North Wales, like Bangor, or Bangor?
that would be funny. That would.
I think that would have been mentioned by now.
It would. No, I'm curious. London North, MMR, Conway, somewhere around there. Where are you from, Ben? Originally. Yeah, we're in North Wales.
He said North Wales.
Used to always go to North Wales for our summer holidays as a kid. It's Craigluid Hall
There-
Caravan Park.
Maybe there's a town called North Wales somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, that's it for me for now. I'll be back with the ebb in about 20 minutes time. Appreciate the banter.
Yeah, have fun.
Got you, Ben.
What?
I'm not going to try pronouncing it. I can say "Can I
Yeah.
get a thousand video go go go," but I'm not having a go at that one.
I'm not even gonna try. I mean, I feel like I can guess what it sounds like, but I bet it's wrong. Oh my!
Different.
And that's another one.
Oh, that's not too bad. Different. How did I do, Ben?
That's what it looks like. I mean, that's what it looks like, but I always feel like Welsh names are just the opposite of whatever I think they may be. Does look like a fantastic area. Maybe that's why they. Maybe that's why. Well, no, I was gonna say. Maybe that's why a lot of towns are Welsh. In Maine are named after Welsh towns. That's not true.
Memories, Owen. Yeah, I've got lots of fond memories of well, holidays in North Wales. Passing by the old man of Frodsham on the motorway there.
So is that like the UK's vacation land? Like Maine is called vacation land?
Not really. Oh, I used to go to Flint, just across the bridge there. So Kimberly Clark's out there. There a few times.
That's right.
remember going on the motorway heading to Flint the first time, and went under this overpass. And on one side of the overpass, no rain. On the other side, absolutely throwing it down. It was like, well, you teleported somewhere.
Yeah.
Scarborough. I don't know that I've ever been to Scarborough.
It's right south of Portland. It's next to Orchard Beach.
Oh, I need to go for a lie down between now and the ebb.
In Maine, there's a Scarborough, but it's where you would get a cheaper hotel if you wanted to go vacation in Portland or at Old Orchard Beach.
Mm-hmm.
It's mainly just a residential community.
Wakey. I know, Ben. I bet I'm the only person in the pen here. Have a quick look.
Yeah,
Oh no! Hey, there's someone else here.
Well, now I feel like I want to do my 25 miles. But
Look at that. There's 2 people here already besides me. Who's here? Ah, Dean Minchello, he's here. With someone hiding. Alrighty, I'll pull the stream down and I'll be back. I know, keen, eh? Hiker and biker retreat. Alright, I'll be back shortly. Thank you guys for being in the chat on the stream. Much appreciated. Thanks for the company. If I'll see you again while we're on the ebb, then have yourselves a great weekend. Oh, Ben, thank you.
yes, enjoy the weekend.
We will be back. Golly. Cheers, on. There, Ben. Bye for now.